Welcome back, loyal crew members. I'm here for a couple of live games. I'm going to do these last two Pauper matches for this league in a live recording fashion. And I believe this should be the first video that I'm posting on Patreon as an exclusive video. I'll be making a mention of it in my next public video on YouTube, but the Patreon exclusive videos will be starting with this one. I got some great feedback about Pauper, so I'm really excited to show you guys a format that can be just as much fun as EDH and can be incredibly budget friendly. The link in my previous video shows this deck. If you buy it entirely new on MTGO, or if you don't even have MTGO, it costs $20 for the MTGO account and then $5 for this deck. So for as little as $25, you can start playing a relatively competitive deck on Magic the Gathering Online that can hold its own against most of the meta right now. And Pauper is quite a lot of fun in my opinion. Alright, so let's try to find a league match. 613 active players. I wish EDH leagues had this many. It'd be fantastic. We get a league so often, but unfortunately that's not the case. Not very many people have undefeated 8. That seems palsy compared to the 40-something that Dots racked up back with Vial Smasher being legal. So while I got this going, let's... Wimoto, why don't you let me drag from the top? Come on. Optimize your platform. This we can close. Let me double check, make sure this still records. No, I do not want to exit. Okay. Oop, we found a match. Fantastic. Let's see. I win the dice roll. I would love to play first. Oh, sorry. Force a habit. Alright. So I have Quicksand. I have turn 3, Journey to Nowhere. I have 2 answers. So if he's on life gain or on burn, I'm in a little bit of an issue, but other than that, I don't feel too bad about this. I could also play Lonely Sandbar, then bounce it back. I like playing Sandbar first. I'm going to keep this. I like playing Sandbar first because there's really no reason to play Quicksand out. There's not Wasteland in this format, so I'm not exposing anything deadly. Alright, he has burn. Ooh, no, never mind, he's goblins. Oh, this hand suddenly looks fantastic. Alright, so we might be able to do a cool trick with this core Skyfisher Momentary Blink. So once we put Skyfisher down, in response to Journey to Nowhere's targeting ability, we blink our Skyfisher and then return Journey to Nowhere to our hand. And then the LTB happens before the ETB happens. So the creature comes back, and then the creature gets exiled, and then we can replay Journey to Nowhere. So we effectively have 3 Journey to Nowheres in our hand because of this momentary blink. So we're in really good shape here. So I'm going to play this... Ooh, this is so... So I could play Lonely Sandbar and cycle it, but I really need to hit 4 mana this game. So... I'm going to accept that he's going to get a hit in against me here. Bounce the Sandbar. And we'll just be able to play it next turn. We'll play Quicksand next turn. I'm going to F6 my opponent's turn. 2 mana. What do you got? Haste. +1/+1 as long as you control another red creature. Alright. We have a lot of life gain in this deck, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Alright, so that makes me definitely want to play Lonely Sandbar out, because we're anticipating going back-to-back turns for Journey to Nowhere here. So play Sandbar, and then we'll Journey the one that's always a 2/2. He's going to have another creature no matter what. Goblin Warrior, Goblin... I think it's a 6/1 half dozen in the other case. I like entering the conscript because if there's some type of removal, at least it doesn't have haste. Yeah, they're both effectively 2/2s when he has a second creature. I think it's just better to get rid of this because he'll always have a second creature for the conscripts if conscripts is attacking. This, at least it'll only attack as a 1/1. Yeah, Valley Dasher. Alright, that's what we expected him to have. So we're probably going to take Valley Dasher out. So he's just red aggro. I go to 12. Actually, we're going to take out the Mud Brawler cohort. Wait, let's check Goblin Grenade. Let's see if that's an instant or not. Magiccards.info. Goblin Grenade is a sorcery. Alright, so we're not afraid of instant speed Goblin Grenade. So I really like taking out the Mud Brawler cohort. I know I lose the value by playing the Momentary Blink, or not doing the Momentary Blink trick here. I definitely want to take this off the table as quickly as possible. We're going to preordain, make it look like we're looking for lands. I kind of like both of these, actually. So we'll go top, but I'm going to play this Quicksand out here. This might stop Valley Dasher from attacking here, having this Quicksand, and this gives us the 4th land drop. We also have Hobble for any other spell that my opponent has next turn, any other creature. So we're going to rapidly retake control of this game, I believe. Can't attack. All right, fine by me. Another Dasher. Bushwhacker. All right. -1. Oh, that doesn't pump everything. All right, so I think we kill a Valley Dasher here. I have my stop set. Kill the Valley Dasher. Take our beats. And my opponent is rapidly running out of gas, which is fantastic for us. So this is a vanilla 1/1. Yeah. After that. Oh, he's got Fire Blast. Does he have Bolt also? Or is he just putting us to... Ooh. That was interesting. Alright, so we're going to pick up some of that life. Let's hobble that. And we'll pass the turn. So even though we might have not taken any damage here, I'd rather deal with the cohort, because see, he would have had a spell. So that doesn't have haste. I'd definitely rather deal with the cohort than not. Take our 1. Alright, I got a gain life land. That's fantastic. Okay. So we're going to go for a Core Skyfisher here and pick up this Radiant Fountain. We could pick up the Lonely Sandbar and cycle. I think we just want to pick up the life. So this blocks Burning Tree, and we've nullified the Goblin Bushwhacker attack. So we're still dead to a Fire Blast off the top. But this Radiant Fountain should be able to start to get us out of it, hopefully. Alright, so he drew land, which is not where he wants to be. No attacks. Perfect. And this is what this deck does. You're playing Burn, you're not going to win this game. Alright, so how safe are we at 7? If he has another Fire Blast, that's his best possible spell, and it doesn't kill us. So we're going to do the old Momentary Blink the Mole Drifter trick. So cast the Mole Drifter, stack Evoke on the bottom, draw 2 cards, and then white, Momentary Blink Mole Drifter. This will put us up to 7 cards in hand. Money. Alright. So Helios Pilgrim is going to get a... no, I have no interest in attacking this quite yet. This will get us our Faith's Fetters to gain 4 life, and then we should be able to be safe to start attacking. Mardu Scout. I will block and kill that. It's interesting that he sent that in just to trade the Core Skyfisher. I don't know if that was his best line of play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is not enough to play Pilgrim, so we just want 5 here. Because we want to go Pilgrim into our Face Fetters, which we can't do yet. So we're just going to go Pilgrim, fetch Faith Fetters, Journey to Nowhere, Burning Tree. Face Fetters, Journey to Nowhere. And he scoops to that. What a great game. All right. So now we get to pull in Circle of Protection, Circle of Protection. Holy Light is tempting, but I really don't think it's where we need to be. I like boarding in Curse of the Bloody Tome in almost all matches because it's a different win condition out of the board. His graveyard wasn't relevant. He's mostly creature-based. Battle Screech seems like it might have options. So I'm going to cut Spreading Seas because he's mono red. And he's playing wide on lands. You can randomly get him with not letting him be able to cast Fire Blast if you get a mountain, but getting the mountain sacrifice in response to Fire Blast feels really bad. I really like keeping Seagate Oracle here because it's a 1/3. Dreamstalker is also very good. Crystallization's great. Maybe I cut Hobble. That might be the correct one. Let's see. So make these cuts. Maybe I cut a Muldrifter. That feels so bad, though. Cutting Muldrifter. Because it's a creature. I think cutting Muldrifter for 2 Muldrifters for the Battle Screech. We'll cut a Preordain so we can go up 2 Battle Screeches. I think that's probably where we want to be. Let's submit it like that. The 2 circles are fantastic in this matchup. Like, if I just have a hand that's opening... Now, that is, he does go wide, so circles do necessitate leaving more mana up than you would typically in the regular burn matchup. But I think my life gain is just so good. Pineal Gland? Interesting username. Alright, opponent, what do you got? What do you got? I was really worried about Goblin Grenade to the face there. And I figured he had it when he showed Fire Blast, and that just didn't happen. I don't have Hate, but I do have Get Island, Cycle Lonely Sandbar. I'll keep this. I have a lot of card selection between all of these things. I have one of the 2 Muldrifters in my hand, and he has no turn 1 play. Even better. Alright. So I think I'm going to get a Plains here. Alright, he just has Bolt. 2-drop. I don't have Hate, like, actual... Ooh. Something main phase 2. Burning Tree. That seems really bad if you're taking it into something else. Burning Tree into Bolt. Alright. So do I get Plains here? If I top deck land, I can cast Dreamstalker? No. I think I get Island. Because this lets me cycle Lonely Sandbar and then play Chancery, so at least I have something to do with my mana this turn. Quicksand. Oh, that's fantastic. So let's cycle Lonely Sandbar. Gets Core Skyfisher. So if I play Chancery, I have to discard, but I actually don't mind discarding the Battle Screech, I think. So I'll bounce this island to my hand, discard Battle Screech, and have that for later. Even though I kind of want to Quicksand this Burning Tree, Quicksand might be better against something that has Dash, that is more difficult to deal with. And he didn't have Molten Rain, which is best case scenario for me. Alright, so I can play Seagate Oracle. I'm going to hide this Quicksand as long as possible. So I'm going to play Seagate Oracle. That should stop the beats, unless he bolts the Seagate. And we'll take that circle. I have my second white mana, so If he attacks, Alright, he's just going to Flame Slash. Oh, so we brought in Creature Hate. Interesting. Alright. We'll play Quicksand and Circle and pass the turn with that up. So he's disincentivized from attacking here. I'll happily kill your creature. Nothing else. Works for me. Yep, he's just going to scoop. Wow, what a game. Alright. A little bit close there in the first one, but very satisfying. Once you get that circle down against a red opponent, it just feels so safe. Just having that in play. I don't think he expected that I was going to Quicksand, but the weakness of Circle is that if he has 7 different threats, let's say, I have to spend 7 mana. So trading the Quicksand this turn is essentially permanently putting Quicksand on fogging the Burning Tree Emissary. But keeping it off the board is even better because it stops the Mog Fanatics in that scenario. So it's possible he knew that I had so much creature removal that he went down on creatures and up on burn, which the circles effectively preemptively hosed. Because having your creature fogged for a turn by Circle feels pretty bad, but having your spell effectively countered by Circle of Protection feels even worse. And I think he must have gone on the more spell route in Game 2. Alright, on to the Game 4. Wow. This is one hell of a deck. Let's... Oop, don't need that open. Collection... I have no idea what the prizes are for this format. Blue-white Acid Trip. Alright. Will you slide, please? Oh, is that? I guess that's the minimum. So the blue-white Acid Trip deck. 4 Chanceries, 2 Wilds, 3 Islands, a Crossroads, a Sandbar, 4 Plains, 2 Quicksands, a Fountain, and 4 Coves. Plenty of life gain lands. 4 Preordains is the only 1-drops, although Lonely Sandbar is also sort of a 1-drop. No opponent yet. 4 Journeys main board, 4 Core Skyfishers, 3 Lone Missionaries. You never really need the 4th. 2 Momentary Blinks. The deck used to play more, but typically it's a very bad draw if you don't have creatures. And it's kind of bad when you have Core Skyfishers and Dreamstalkers, but not Acids. So we went down on the Momentary Blinks from the initial conceptions of this deck, basically. Their original Acid Trip deck played more Acids and more Blinks and tried to go really hard on the Acid plan. This is more of the, I'll get to that plan eventually, and you can't stop me from lasting that long. Quadruple Dreamstalkers. Amazing in those aggro matchups, same as the Seagate Oracle. 2 Spreading Seas and the Crystallization. 2 Heliod Pilgrims. Those can fetch the Spreading Seas, the Crystallization, Hobble, Faith's Fetters, and Reality Acid. It cannot fetch Journeys to Nowhere, but it's pretty good anyway. 2 Reality Acid, the 1 Hobble, 3 Seagate Oracle, 2 Faith Fetters, and 4 Muldrifters, and that's the main board. We'll cover the side after this. Alright, sweet. X2O. X to 2. No, XTO2. XTO2. Alright, I have a very good opening hand. So I got a life gain land. I have turn 2 Spreading Seas on one of their lands. I won't expose Quicksand yet. Let them know that I have it. And then I have Reality Acid Core Skyfisher for 3/4. I like it. And turn 3, if I have to use Quicksand turn 4, I can. Because Skyfisher only costs 2. This is a great hand. And then I have Momentary Blink for later. Alright, so blue-red. So the Seas is automatically weaker. Gain life land. So if he sees my Cove, I don't care. I'd rather gain the life. Both of them are tap lands, effectively. This is just the non-basic. I can use wilds later. Augur of Bolas. Alright, what do you got? Look at the bottom 3 cards of your library. Puts no cards into their hand. Oh, man. Brutal. Augur of Bolas. Look at the bottom 3 cards of your library. Alright, so let's cut him off this red mana. He doesn't need that anymore. Second Reality Acid's fantastic. Heliod's Pilgrim. And I'm going to cut this island off also. There's a risk of Gush, but so because he's playing Snow-Covered Islands, I know he's on Scred Red. Seagate Oracle. I really don't care about 1/3s, so I'm just going to automatically start Stone Raining these Snow-Covered Islands if I can. Alright, you got it. Dreamstalker. Fantastic. Alright. Blue 1/2. You don't need this island anymore. My opponent F6'd on my turn. That means he's not holding Gush or Daze currently. There's one card that could be Gush or Daze. And did you see how fast my spell resolved? An opponent who has Gush Daze doesn't leave that open. Especially because my opponent is able to Gush into Daze. I'll take 2. Fine by me. Preordain. So he's going to look for a counterspell here because he knows one of these terrifying spells is about to happen. If I top deck an untapped land here, I feel really good on Eldrazi Spawner. Sky Spawner. Alright, fine by me. You get a 1/1. We'll yield to the Vanishing. Ooh, I get Quicksand. Alright, so I can't play the Acid, so I'll play Evolving Wilds this turn. I'll use... what do I want down more? I think I need an answer to the Sky Spawner more than anything else. So blue and 1 will play Core Skyfisher. Bounce Reality Acid. Stone Rain my opponent. We're going to crack this for an island right now. And then pass the turn. So I'm okay. I think I might be okay trading this Quicksand for this Scion here. My ability next turn to play Acid into Dreamstalker is very, very good. So this is sort of how this deck also works on one axis. I can just Acid the board away bit by bit. I would like to block this. I can just Acid the board away one thing at a time. And there's not really anything that my opponent can do about it. If Acid gets countered, I want to have Quicksand open. So, Acid... What does this do? Do I care about mana, or do I care about creatures? Maybe I play a Heliod's Pilgrim here. My opponent left mana open, so if I play Heliod's Pilgrim, I'm threatening to double block one of these and kill it. I like that. Yeah, let's play a Heliod's Pilgrim. My opponent hasn't presented a real threat, so if I just start clogging the board, my opponent's going to be forced to answer. Yes. I think here I get... My opponent still doesn't have red mana, so I don't want that. Faith Fetters cost a lot of mana. I'm going to grab a Crystallization. Save that for a rainy day. Because, notably, I can Crystallize and then Quicksand to kill any creature. If I want to trade Crystallization and Quicksand for it. That is 2-for-1ing myself, but sometimes you just want to do it. Una's Grace. Target player draws a card. Alright. That's what he's been sitting on. Fine by me. So we know he drew that instant last turn, because he hasn't been leaving mana open. Augur Bolas. Bottom 3 cards again. You can resolve your Augur. Got a counterspell. Alright. So now we know about that. Much worse when we know about it. Alright, so he's going to bounce the Swiftwater Cliffs to take Spreading Seas off? Yeah. So, ooh, alright. So, I think we run the counterspell here. because we have another option. Wow, he let it go. Alright, so if he taps out on my end step to like retrace this Una's Grace, we're going to get him with the Momentary Blink. Flame Slash that. Let's make him spend the counterspell here. Even though we know he has it, that's okay. He doesn't know we have more of these. 2 more effects in our hand. So we're going to get his bounce land here. It's a negligible amount of damage. Oh, I missed a land. Let drop last turn. That was so bad of me. I was so focused on making sure that we could get his thing. Alright, so 1 white. Let's play the Core Skyfisher. Got another counter? Yay? Nay? Sure. Dreamstalker? Can I have this? I do need to deal with this Sky Spawner at some point, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Play this Chancery. I'll bounce a Quicksand to my hand. And then nothing else I could do with my mana. And I have another 4 life in my hand here, so I'm not really in danger of Scred. Alright, block there, block there. Fantastic. I take 3. I'm going to go up to 14 on my turn. Journey to Nowhere. An amazing draw there. Alright, so let's start with attempting to cast Journey to Nowhere. I would like this to be gone. Let's go with Crystallization. I would like this to not have effects anymore. And let's go with... I really don't want to die to burn, so we're going to put the Lone Missionary down. He is your red deck, so let's keep that in mind. We also have the ability to block with Lone Missionary and kill something now. And I think this is the turning point for this game. Retrace Una's Grace. Yep, you got it. Trade in your land. Little do you know how many Reality Acids you're going to have to face this game. I think I've used 3 so far. Maybe 2. Sure. Another bottom 3. Find another counterspell. You used 2 so far. Really been digging. Ooh, it's a decision. What do you got? What do you have? X22? Dispel. That is bad against this deck. This deck plays 1 instant. So we have to keep in mind that this is going to be dispelled. No attacks. So we've successfully halted the ground pound. Alright. 1, 2, 3. You don't need red mana. One, 2, 3. Let's plan on getting this Dispel out of his hand. If he ever taps out, we'll be able to flicker Dreamstalker in response. Seagate Oracle. Sure. Get a card. You're going super wide, so I really don't think this is a deck that will bring in Circle Protection. This looks more like a splash to me. Yeah, when is it advantageous for you to attack? Pop quiz. It's not. We can just let that vanish forever if we so choose. We'll take... Both of them draw us a card, so, we'll put top. We'll just cycle through them. We'll hobble this Seagate Oracle. It can block, but it can't attack. He's thinking about it. Alright. Draw a card. And we'll seize this island. Get land. Play land. And just keep playing this do nothing game. I don't have the mana for any of my effects, so... Or any of my momentary blink right now, so there's no sense in holding priority during my turn. Mountain. So he's definitely on Scred, is it? Alright, Muldrifter. That's exactly what the kind of draw that we need. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast. May I have Muldrifter? Exclude. Yep, that is expected. That's fine. I really need to start attacking at some point. We'll Reality Acid and Augur. Start clearing his board. This has got 1 left on it. I'm going to turn off my auto yields. If he taps out, I might try flickering on upkeep. Ooh, Disgrace, sure. One, two, three, four. I don't know if this is still considered snow covered. Oh, he's got a Muldrifter of his own. That hurts. I would like to have a Muldrifter. Why can't I have one? One, two, three, four. We'll try a momentary blink on the Dreamstalker. Alright. This gets that Dispel out of his hand, so future momentary blinks will be fine. Alright, goodbye, Swiftwater Cliffs. Thought I auto-yielded that. There we go. And we'll just F6. No attacks. I do need to answer this Muldrifter at some point, because it will start attacking me. That was pretty good that he had that the turn after I went for the Reality Acid. 3. Flashback. Or retrace. Not flashback. We have lots of answers to this Muldrifter, though, so I'm not worried about it. Alright, here comes the mana. Another Muldrifter. Okay. Wow. So many lands. Alright. F6. I'm not that far behind on time either. I'm trying to keep that in mind. I am going to 8 this turn. So my ideal draw... my opponent draws a card on top. He's got to be holding Counterspell here. And that's exactly what he should be doing. Lightning Bolt and Scred. Lightning Bolt. Incinerate. Alright. Concede. Damn, we dropped 1 game, guys. We dropped a game. Alright. Battle Screech. Necessary. Curse. Dispel. And Dispel. I want all of those. He might cut his Dispels because... I've played so few instants and sorceries. Alright, so I cut Spreading Seas, Spreading Seas. Although it's good against the bounce lands, it's bad against the rest of his deck. What else do I cut? I think I cut a Missionary, 1 Reality Acid. That is an answer. Maybe I don't. Maybe I cut the Seagate. I think I keep Faith's Fetters. I'll cut a Preordain. I'll shave 1 Preordain. I don't want to shave a Skyfisher. Maybe I'll shave a second Seagate and call it like that. I could bring in counterspells of my own, but I think just bringing in Dispel might be good enough. Although that does mean his Oracle or his Muldrifters will resolve as well. I could cut Preordains for counterspells. That feels pretty bad. We'll try it like this. Battle Screech and Curse. I think Curse is going to be my bread and butter here. I would like to play first. I don't have Curse, but I have a relatively decent hand. I think I push Dreamstalker on turn 3, or a Muldrifter on turn 3. So Tranquil Cove pass. I should have played Radiant Fountain. I'm not doing anything with the mana next turn, conceivably. So nothing that I'm gonna play for 2. We'll bounce Tranquil Cove. So now I play Island and push Muldrifter. Maybe I'll play Heliod's Pilgrim. Sandbag something for later. Definitely play Island. I'm going to play Heliod's Pilgrim here instead. I sort of want to set up a turn where I can Muldrifter and Blink when he's not expecting it. I would like to use that ability. I'll get a Reality Acid. So this forces him to have an answer for other effects, which is my plan here. Because now I have a Reality Acid this turn. Stormbound Geist. Undying. Sure. Pretty good card. We'll Acid your land. Play a Chancery. And pass turn. We'll find an answer to Stormbound Geist. I'm not worried about it. I really need this Muldrifter plus Blink to resolve. So in an ideal world, he taps out here. He might not knowing that I have to answer this before... Yeah. So he knows I have to answer that before I can do anything else. Momentary Blink. Alright. So we'll start with Dreamstalker. Can I have this? Counterspell? Exclude. That's fine. I'll play Tranquil Cove. I will attack. And we'll blink Heliod's Pilgrim to get an answer for Stormbound Geist. Lightning Bolt. Sure. Not in my face. That's fine. If he's smart, he does nothing here. Once again. This is probably one of our worst matchups, because he's just a more controlling deck. Alright, here comes Bounce on the Swiftwater. Interesting, he bounced a regular land. Alright. I'll play that. I'm going to go for Faith's Fetters on this. I'm surprised he didn't bounce Swiftwater. He must have another... Ooh, that's clever. So he's going to bolt his own creature to make it undie and counter Faith's Fetters. That's pretty good. We'll play a 2-1. And attack in. I go to 19. I'll go back up to 21 on my turn. I expect he wants to commit more, damage to the board. There we go. So he's definitely on the more flying route. I shouldn't have cut a Muldrifter. Alright, that land vanishes. Goodbye. Get a quicksand. Alright. Play Radiant Fountain. Do I offer the trade with Scion? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast. Exclude. Counterspell. Alright, it's not an exclude at least. But that still really hurts. Because right now all I have is life gain on the battlefield. I could offer the trade for the Scion and then blink, but he got a threat down and now he just needs to protect his threat. So I don't know if we're going to be coming back from this one, guys. It's unfortunate. 5 mana. Alright, that's a Mole Drifter. This is an opportunity for me to resolve something. Come on, top deck Mole Drifter. It's exactly what I need to draw here. Top deck Mole Drifter will get me back in this game. Ooh, Preordain. Alright. Dream's still alive. Mole Drifter. Bottom. Top. Alright. Play land. 1, 2, 3. Cast with Evoke. Put that there. Draw 2 cards. I would like to blink my Mole Drifter. Draw 2 cards. White 1. Journey. Deal with your Geist. Alright. And just like that, I think we're swinging this game back. Wow, that was exactly what we needed there. And we have a gain land for next turn. Alright. We are in business, people. It's not great, but we're in business. Alright, I have a Seagate Oracle. That'll stonewall that forever. And I have more momentary blinks. I expect him to take... Alright, Pyroblast. So, that should stop something. Maybe he kills Mole Drifter now. Seagate Oracle. Sure. Attack. I will block his Mole Drifter if the Mole Drifter comes in. Alright, he's going to Pyroblast right away. I don't blame that. I think that's the correct decision. There goes Pyroblast. Do I block? I think taking the mana off the board's relevant. It saves me life. It takes mana off his board. That's not doing much of anything else. Because both of these kill it, so they'll attack into it anyway. Ooh. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 3 and 4 is 7. Alright, so I have enough to Mole Drifter. Cast with Evoke. Got another Pyroblast, sir? Oh, he does. Brutal. Brutal. Alright. At least I didn't spend full mana on it, right? Alright. 1, 2, 3. Seagate Oracle. Oh, I was one short. So I have to... Oh, if I'd done that first, I would have had the Dispel. That sucks. Alright, so I'll pick up... I'll save this Dispel. I sort of need it. Dreamstalker's not doing anything for me. Thought my mana was right. Oh well. Seagate. Seagate. So many Seagate Oracles. That's really what this deck is. I'm surprised he didn't cast Skred against me, but that's what usually the snow-covered lands indicate. So I take 5, go to 6. I'm within double bolt range, but I have the Dispel, so I have to keep Dispel up. Battle Screech was a good draw. That's a start. Alright. Battle Screech. Here comes counter. No counter. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can flashback. Momentary blink on Seagate Oracle. I just need to get ahead of him in cards here. He's gotten so much value. So I'll want this Core Skyfisher. because this is my third white creature for Flashback Battle Screech. Moldrift. Oh, brutal. Alright. So much for getting ahead of him on cards. I'll kill that. Block that. Do I jump block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. If he has Bolt, I actually want him to cast Bolt here. Do I block? If not, I'm jumping next turn. Yeah, I'll block. He may Bolt me. Stormbound Geist. Alright. Yeah, so he's presenting 3 creatures that fly. Crystallization. That's a great draw. Alright, so Core Skyfisher. I'll make a mana. I'm not going to use that mana for anything. I'm probably going to flicker a Seagate Oracle this turn. Bounce this. Replay. Gain 2. Tap that. I will crystallize your Stormbound Geist. Blue. 1, 2. No. Use this. No. Tap that. Thank you. Blink the Seagate Oracle. Find Reality Acid. I have to keep Quicksand up here, I think. Seagate Oracle. So wide. I need a Faith Fetters off the top. Although I'm sure he's got counter magic now. This Dispel needs to do a lot of work. Alright, so that's stopped. I chump block Muldrifter. I take that. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I go to 1. I have to dispel that. If he has Bolt, he's got me. He's used 2 of them. That's his 3rd blast. Alright. So block. Block. Alright, so I can use... let's stop on my opponent's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can use Quicksand to kill this Augur. I think I have to. If he has Bolt, I'm just dead. He doesn't have it. Alright. And I think I'm still just dead. I block. Let's see. Block here. Block here. 1, 2, 3. Reality Acid. Yep. Well played. Well played. Yeah, so many lands. I had too many lands running in a row. What a game. What a series, though. Alright. 80 play points and 4 chests is pretty good, though. So for a Pauper deck, I just won 4 treasure chests that we'll open now. Let's see what we got. Open all. Ooh, Bloodstained Mire. And a good-looking Quarter Callin. 20 points. True Believer. Let's see what that Bloodstained Mire is worth. MTGO. Bloodstained. It's not a blue fetch, unfortunately, but it is 14. They're buying it at 12.5 tickets. So that paid for my entry into the tournament and for the deck. Just like that, people, you can make a decent amount of money on MTGO just by doing well with Pauper. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Or, well, you can't share this. This is going to be private on the Patreon. But don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. And let me know in the comments if you like this type of format. I know it's a little bit longer to playing 2 live matches, but I wanted to give you guys something really cool as the first video for Patreon-only supporters, and I really hope I delivered on that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go the 10-0 dream. It was dashed, hopes dashed last game, and I wasn't able to pay the 5 life to counter it. See you all in the next one, and welcome to the crew for anyone who's just joined up.